this is Brittany. Why am as my mama would say, pillar to post? Why am I like sleeping on friends' couches or, like dating this guy, being at his house and then going to another friend's house, like not being stable, like having a stable home life. Mm-hmm. And as a woman, do you know what I feel like? Not really having like your own roof. Like that's hurtful as hell. With the Becoming of Her podcast.
Hey, and I'm Tiffany.
Girl, we back with another episode.
Episode 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Yes, we got a little different setup. Okay, so we moving along.
Yes. So how's everything?
This week has been long, girl, to say the least.
To say the least. That's why
it's been a very long week, but very productive. The first 90 days of the year have wrapped up. Mm-hmm. We are now in April, so now it is just about the new quarter, making sure we stand in line with the goals. But it's been a long week. How about you?
Yeah, same for me. It definitely has been a long week. I literally was a zombie.
Not a zombie.
Yesterday, and trying to get into my second quarter flow. I think first quarter I was just kind of, it was the setup period for me. I was trying to still get stuff figured out, still kind of shift a little bit as from what I thought I was going to start the year. Okay. And then second quarter was really like, okay, I got this game plan. Let's get it. Okay. And when I tell you, I've been working this thing and I'm tired.
It be that way. It be like that. Yeah. I feel it. I definitely feel it too. So, I worked long hours this week. Worked on the business this week. I had family week. Everything. Exercise has been going crazy. I'm trying to crush these goals by the time the summer comes. Mm-hmm. So, but we here, baby.
We are, yes. And this is like a perfect time to talk about what we're going to talk about, because I'm definitely like feeling it from the standpoint of just redefining and reshaping. I definitely redefined and definitely like I'm in the shaping
form of it.
Forming, yes. And they don't like me talking about like me making a diamond and all the pressure that goes into it. Listen, it is so real.
Absolutely. So that's what we are going to be getting into today, is talking about redefining and reshaping your life. Because as we stated before in our first episode, this podcast is all for elevating your life and the things that you want to do. And I think the first step is for you to figure out, what does that look like?
Exactly. So for anyone who is coming here, like the whole purpose of this, like Brittany said, is definitely just talking about like that journey of becoming her, and that's essentially just that whole process. You're going to be redefining and reshaping your life, and you're going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it until you get to the point where you're like, I think I like this person, and I'm comfortable and I want to stay here for a while. And even when you do that, there's always a place of evolving. But we really want to talk about like bare bones, like, girl, you just woke up yesterday and you were like, something has got to change.
Something has to change, and you feel it.
Yes.
And you don't really know exactly how to identify that feeling, but you know something is off. And you're not happy. At least that's how it was, or how it usually is for me. When I know I need to kind of take a step back, is that I'm not liking the results that I'm getting from something. Yeah. Or I'm not feeling my best about something. So just ask yourself, like, lately, are you satisfied? Do you feel happy with whatever it may be? You don't gotta be too deep, so it could just be, it could be with your job, it could be with your spirituality, it could be, are you happy with spending time, if you spend enough time with your kids? with your partner, with your friends? Do you feel like you need a vacation? And you like how your money looking? You know, it's different things, but for me, it's always just like that feeling. I don't feel good about something.
Yeah.
What
exactly.
is it for you?
It was the same. I know. So for me, again, like I was saying before, you go through different. You're always evolving. At least we hope you're always evolving, or you should always be evolving.
Well,
should is not pretty
you're right. You should.
So it for me in this latest season of my journey, where I'm like, I'm becoming her, like her, like the person that I've envisioned for a very long time. Like I'm really on that journey.
Yeah.
So in this iteration of that journey for me, like when I knew it was time to change, I woke up and I was just like disgusted.
Ooh.
It was like
disgusted.
Like I could feel it in my body, could feel it, my mind could feel it, my spirit, everything. It was like I needed to shift.
Okay.
I just looked at myself and I was like, yeah, I don't like.
You wasn't happy? Was it like just? Because was it just like physical, or like you weren't like? What do you mean? Like you wasn't liking? Like was your environment, or what did you feel?
It was more so like I didn't like where I was at currently in my life as far as mentally, spiritually, financially, love life, like all of that. I think the only thing that probably I did was, happy about, I had a roof over my head, 2 healthy children, and my body was always overall been good.
Yeah, she just naturally she'll never really gain weight, child. So it's just like
I took out a little booty now.
No, she got no booty now. She fine. No, and we said this before. She fine now. Don't get that twisted. But I'm saying your weight, you're not gonna gain that much weight. Yeah, that's just not her body type. Child, me, guys, to be careful because I will blow up like a house. But okay, so it was just
an
those
overhaul
things.
Of like, I just know I'm not living the life that I should be
that
living,
you should be living,
and that I desire, and I really need. Like, this is one of those times where I need a big, like, just overhaul of my life. And so for me, I felt like I was in like a hole, and I need to figure out, okay, how do I come out of this hole? Okay. First of all, what even do I want my life to look like? First of all,
exactly.
And then how do I get out of this hole to even get to a place where like I can make that a reality? Because you can dream about stuff.
You can dream about
all day
all the time.
But actually, like putting in the work and the necessary steps and knowing and figuring out like what the heck to actually do to get there. That's a whole different process.
That's a whole nother process. But for me, it's just the fact acknowledging that something is wrong.
Yes.
And
which is the first step.
For a lot of different
becoming
things.
her.
Of becoming her. You have to have a real conversation with yourself, right? Because nobody really knows what you really want but you, sis. Like, and nobody really knows, and nobody is gonna go after it and do it as hard as you. Like, nobody. So for me, I've always had support, like family, friends, everything, but it was just a point where I was disgusted as well. It was just like, why am I, as my mama would say, pillar to post? Why am I like sleeping on friends' couches, or like dating this guy, being at his house, and then going to another friend's house, like not being stable, like having a stable home life. And as a woman, do you know what I feel like? Not really having like your own roof, like that's hurtful as hell. And I had to really think, because I was working. A girl always kept the job, but it was just like, damn, like, why you living like this? I mean, literally, that's probably when I really started rapidly gaining weight, just eating Zaxby's all the time, Chick-fil-A, like, just unhealthy, like, habits, and it's just like, yo, something is wrong, because this is not like me, and why am I okay? Like, why is this okay for me to be operating like this? And people not really, sometimes people will say something to you, but for the most part, you gotta have to kind of take a step back and kind of
You have to feel it.
You have to really feel it. And to me, it just got to a point where I'm embarrassed, like, of my current situation. And that's when you know. That's when you know when you start making up little lies, because you don't want to. And that's for me, like, oh, you know, I would have a place right now, but I'm working towards something else bigger. That wasn't true. It's like I went in a place to get something.
I know a dude like that.
You know what I'm saying?
He said that same thing. No, baby.
No.
Your finances just ain't on it.
Your finances just ain't where you want it to be, and it's okay.
Like,
but no.
say that.
And that's when you know it's a real problem, when you have to lie, like tell these little lies because you're embarrassed. So that's what it was for me. And I'm just like, a girl too pretty, get a big booty, I'm fine to be living like that. Okay. Listen. Ain't nobody like, no. It ain't, no. I had to get it together.
Yeah.
And that was like, that's the awareness. Now from that point on, like you said earlier, that's a long process. But it's just like literally you having to feel like this ain't working.
Yeah. So if that's where you are right now, like, the biggest thing is being able to say that I need a change.
Right.
Whether you're ready to open your mouth and say that to other people, which at some point in this process you do need to do, but at least starting out, like, you know, first beginning of this, you just need to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I need a change.
Yeah.
Recognize it, understand, and accept the fact that there is something about me that has to change to be able to get to where I desire to be.
Where you desire to be, and it's gonna hurt. Sorry to tell you. It's not gonna be pretty.
This is gonna be like ugly crying, Kim gift type of just
not the Kim.
Just rough.
Yeah.
In your bathroom, sliding down the wall like summer wall. I mean, it's just gonna be it's going to take you there. It's going to take you out.
Right.
But in order to be able to get to that other side, it's like you have to go through it.
Yeah, you do. It's 100% necessary. So, Tiffany, for you, once you had that awareness, what are some steps that you started to do to kind of like redefining who you are?
So the most important thing that I did, like, beginning to redefining, was actually just defining it and creating that vision of who I wanted to be. This was something that I learned from my network marketing days. So what I loved about being in network marketing wasn't so much the like business making money part, even though that was, of course, ultimately why you want to be in there. But the biggest thing was really the personal development. Now, I don't know if all companies did this, but most of them tried to do personal development, for the most part. And I was fortunate to meet some who are now very successful people, and to study with them and learning that principle of like creating the vision. Yeah. Basically, create the vision, make it plain. But like writing down what you want and writing down to the aspect as like it's already happened, and go back and referencing that, right? And looking at it over and over and over and over again, and like really thinking like when you are at your best self, like life is great, everything's amazing. What does that look like, and what does that look like in detail? As a matter of fact, let me get up because I want to read. Okay. Because I want you guys to understand it. Because for me, I was always kind of like well, how in depth do you get, or what do you really say in there? I want to read a snippet of mine. Okay. If you know. Okay. Yes. Grab my
Get it for the girls. Get it for the girls. Let's see. Okay.
Because I'm like, this one. So I will say, your vision is going to change. So
it is.
The one you write today may not be the one in the next couple of years, and it's going to evolve. You're going to grow. You're going to change the things you thought you maybe wanted in 2022. You're not going to want them in 2025. So this is one of my favorite stories, and I have so many stories, but let me read you, ladies, a snippet of this one. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's a little long, but let's see where I want to jump. Okay, so my life is in flow. I have a beautiful family. My children grow up in a 2-parent household with a team love and partnership. We spend quality time together individually and as a family. We travel and have great experiences. The world is our playground. There's nowhere we can't go and nothing we don't plan to experience. We learn and build through our experiences. I have an amazing king, like fucking amazing.
Okay. Ooh. That's what you thought?
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. Hello.
God showed up and showed the hell out with this one. He honors and respects me in ways that are indescribable.
Okay.
There's nothing he won't do for me. I'm his princess, queen, best friend, homie, business partner, baby mama, and everything in between. But his favorite word is wife. He loves my babies like he brought them in this world. He honors them by showing them how their mother should be loved. Amen. Praise God.
Yes.
He appreciates and has all the capabilities of a leader. He is honored to provide, educate, protect, and nurture us.
Yes.
I appreciate serving him. And I'll pause right there.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that is an example of how detailed you have to be, and to be able to, because I know mentally where we may be right now, and writing that on paper, that may even seem so hard to believe that that's capable, that you can actually have something like that, just depending on like where you are. And I know for me, countless and countless times, like, trust me, I've written out things, affirmations, redefining what I want my life to look like, but I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I always believed it. I'm not, and I'm not going to lie to you ladies and tell you that, you know, it's going to be easy for you to believe that you can have these things.
Exactly.
No, you're going to have to actively, like, put into action, and then also put mental, just food thoughts into your heart and into your mind that you can have these things that you want. Because you have to think, like, right now, you're in a place of that you really just don't want to be. Like, you're not feeling your best. And for one, like, to give yourself enough energy just to say, like, hey, I can have that, I know that takes work. And so I want to say, don't be hard on yourself, because I've been hard on myself for when I feel like these things weren't going to come true for me, things that I write out for me. You have to be patient with yourself too. You know what I mean?
Very patient.
You have to be very patient with yourself. But definitely write out what you want. What does it look like? You know, that's so important, because we lose that for so many reasons. But you know, I just want women to know that at any time, if you're not feeling it, that you can change it. But it's gonna take some work.
And you have to keep looking at it. Like, you can't just write it down and then forget about it, especially in this time frame. Like, some of this stuff is easier because I've been looking at this for so long now that, I mean, I don't even need to, like, read it like I do. I still do it every day, but I don't need to, because I'm not at that point where you may be, where you're like, this is just so hard to believe. I already know this is going to happen. Like, it's just what it is at this point. It's just actually, you know, waiting on the time for it to actually happen. But I've already seen some of my visions happen in the physical.
In the physical, yes. And
All right, y'all good.
hey, this is Brittany.